already know, man. It's Deion Dawkins, and you listening to the Real Deal Sports Show on the Beat 105.5.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Real Deal Sports Show, broadcasting live from the Rock Palm Broker Studios. Each and every Saturday morning, we're back for another exciting week of talking sports of all sorts on Real Deal Sports Show with the Rad Man and the entire crew, as always. And first, as I just stated, broadcasting live, get the layaway and stuff ready. It's almost September. It's almost going toward holiday time. Check out Rock Palm Broker. They got a lot of wide variety of items to choose from, jewelry, gold, the whole 9 yards, the best gold in town. Check out Rock Palm Broker. But yes, we're talking sports of all sorts. And the Rad Man, I just want to say a couple of comments to Rad Man Rants. We're going to get right into talking about what we saw at the Buffalo Bills Stadium on Thursday night. Very beautiful stadium. Reminds me of the MetLife Stadium over there in New York City. Very nice sightline. The sightlines were very nice. Walking around. It's a lot of walking. It's a lot of walking for sure. Beautiful concourses. Beautiful setup. The whole 9 yards. Hey, you can't really complain about it. And at night, that scoreboard, the high definition on the scoreboard was outstanding. Outstanding. Please hit the like button, share the stream of Real Deal Sports Show. Please share it with everybody. And it was very nice to see. I was very pleased with what I saw. But the one thing I have for the Pagulas, take a page out of my man down there in Atlanta, Georgia, the Home Depot main man. Cut the food. If you're going to charge that much for tickets and the parking now up to $40. I thought I was in Dallas, J-GILLZ. We drove down the street. I saw $40, $60 tickets on on shack-looking houses, man. I said, damn, you want me to park near this shack for $60, man? Or $40, man? I mean, I know your house may be the house is the house. That is what it is, man. But there's some shabby-looking cribs over there, man, asking $40 to $60 over there to park, man. This ain't Dallas world. This ain't Jerry world. But do like my man, the owner of Home Depot and the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, cut the food prices down. He understood the ticket prices was gonna go up. So if you're gonna bring a family and come out there, get your hot dog for $5. Come on, get your beer for $7. I mean, he put the prices, and it's working in Atlanta. People come to the game, they're paying the high prices for the tickets, but they're eating cheap. They can feed their families. You can't feed your family at the currently right now how it's priced out there at the new Highmark Stadium. It's no way, no how, no way. Now you got bars in there. You can drink inside as well. You're taking away the tailgating options now. Tailgating gonna have to stop at the beginning of the game. I'm looking forward to seeing it now. I don't see how they're gonna kick people out the parking lots if they still out there tailgating once the kickoff starts. That should be an interesting show out there in itself.
They had the horses, man. They're gonna be on patrol.
Yeah, and as reported by the Mighty Oba, they had people on top of those buffaloes. People were trying to ride those buffaloes, man. They had to send cops over there to those new bronze buffaloes that we saw, that you pointed out to me as they're leaving. People were all up on there trying to ride them. So it's gonna be interesting on that Thursday night, September 17th, when the Detroit Lions come in for the first home game, and it's the only game in town, so everybody's gonna be watching. It's Thursday night football, so it's gonna be interesting to see. And it's new; it's a work in progress, just like this football team. J-GILLZ, your comments on what we saw Thursday night regarding the stadium?
Yeah, just going back to the food comment, man. Anytime you're getting a 10-piece for $40. That's ridiculous, man. You're getting 10 wings for $40. You can't feed no family off of that, man. You're absolutely right, man. This is an elite when it comes to that menu, and it needs to be more family focused, more friendly. You know what I mean? This is Buffalo, New York. This is a blue collar city, and y'all acting like we in San Francisco or something, man. Y'all acting like, you know what I'm saying, we in Silicon Valley. Ain't nobody afford $40 for no 10-piece chicken wing, man. Come on, bro.
No way, no how.
One time, I saw a stat from a lady said she got a hot dog, a nacho, a water, a Gatorade, and a bat for $80. Come on, man. That's one person, $80 plus the $40 for parking. It's ridiculous. You're going to be spending too much money. You're already paying $600 for a seat. They need to have it more affordable.
Gotta be more affordable. That's what we got to say right now. More affordable. That's what needs to take place. It needs to get affordability. Morris Thompson on the backward on the beltway. The work is going backwards. Yeah, it's going backwards. Morris Thompson down there on the beltway, man. You absolutely right, man. It's unbelievable, Morris. We couldn't. Hey, me and you couldn't. We couldn't hang up in this new stadium, nah, man. Except for sit at the. They got some nice bars up in there now. They selling real alcohol, Morris. I know you're not a non-drinker. You don't drink at all. But hey, for the people that do consume some alcohol, you can sit around. At least you could sit and chill. And, we could get a seltzer and everything, Morris. It could get you a seltzer water and everything. And we can chill and shoot the breeze up in there occasionally as well. So that's another option there. But J-GILLZ, what did we see on the field Thursday night? What's your take on the Bills players that impressed you?
Most definitely. You can always catch our recaps right after the game, right at the Zeal Talk Upstate on Instagram or the George Radney Instagram. We give live updates, and of course on the Real Deal Sports Show on Facebook and YouTube. But we saw the Bills go undefeated. One of the only teams in the league to go undefeated in the preseason. So right now, Joe Brady has not lost a game. He's called the games very well. We saw the third-string quarterback continue to play decently well, didn't turn the ball over. But most importantly, what I like to see Frank Gore. Going into his third season, known for the practice squad players, over these last couple of years. But he's really, really bringing an element into this pass blocking protection and just his elusiveness and that we have not seen in years past. He was shaking defenders left and right, and you saw the speed. So I think that this 1-2 punch with a Frank Gore on your depth chart as a running back, tied in with the leading rusher James Cook from last season, I think that this Bills rushing attack can truly be an amazing thing to watch this season, and they're going to definitely try and protect Josh Allen.
Yeah, and one thing Frank Gore Jr. did that Ian Wheeler did not do is pick up the blitz. Frank Gore Jr. picked up the blitz perfectly. He protected the quarterback, and the quarterback was able to make a nice throw and a nice reception by the receiver downfield. So Frank Gore Jr. knows the schemes, knows the pass protection. Ian Wheeler blew one, and the quarterback, Shane Bushler, got blown up on a play, man. Helmet all in his eyes and everything, man. He got laid out on a play. And you can't have your quarterback taking shots like that from a linebacker coming in almost clean, because Ian Wheeler missed his assignment. He tried to reach back, but it was too late. The guy was already by him and just laid the quarterback out. So I think you're right about Frank Gore Jr. Presence on this coming season. The offensive line looks pretty set. I see they named Alec Anderson the starting guard, instead of Austin Corbett. Austin Corbett will probably come off the bench if Alec Anderson, or become the swing. They like using a swing tackle or offensive lineman as well, because last year that's what Alec Anderson was. They're replacing David Edwards. David Edwards is big shoes to fill, because David Edwards did a hell of a job on that side of the line next to Deion Dawkins. So it's going to be interesting. We saw Osiris Torrance, spoke with him. He looked like he's ready to go. He's excited about the new season and the new coaching. You can kind of tell they're kind of excited about the offensive play calling. He said they're going to have something for Houston to go after Houston's pass rush coming up on Sunday, September 13th, the opening day. So you could that's one thing I noticed too, J-GILLZ, is that they like what they're hearing from the offensive coaching and the coaches of the team. But I tell you what, let's hear from our leader, the guy you heard who opens our show each and every week, Deion Dawkins. BacSpin, can you cue up Deion Dawkins, and let's hear what he says about this upcoming season.
8 years in. These years going by so fast.
10 years.
10 years. Oh, man, I done missed 2 years. I don't know where I missed it from. Well, how's it going? How's it going for this coming season?
I'm blessed. I'm standing tall. No injuries. I'm blessed, brother. I'm beyond blessed. It's hard to be in this league for 10 years, nor the less in the same place. And I'm blessed to be in the same place with my guys 10 years in. So,
what do you tell the young guys? How to survive and how to make it?
I try to say, man, honestly, try to take care of your body as much as possible. And even though you're young, the different things that I would have did was, just a couple of extra things earlier. But, blessings are blessings. Some people are just different. But realistically, try to stay as healthy as possible. But in this league, it's 100% injury rate. So you have to play with the football gods. And you just got to have luck on your side. You just got to just be available as much as you can.
Right, man. I couldn't help it, but who we just saw get that honoree at halftime? the left tackle that from the 92.
Our boy's father.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
that's
his dad.
But I couldn't help to see the mimic in the careers. You know what I mean? You being a left tackle for the Bill for so long. How did that make you feel? And do you see yourself, going in that direction? Obviously, I just couldn't help but see the mimicking in that career, man.
I mean, it's dope. But the beautiful thing about them, they went to 4 Super Bowls. He was there for 4 Super Bowls, and he's 10 years in. So blessings to him. His son is here, and we rocking out. But it's a beautiful thing to honestly see another guy that was in one place for 10 years. Right. So I didn't even know, but now his respect is sky high.
Absolutely.
So what's your goals for this season?
Just be the best. Be the best I could possibly be. Mm-hmm. Last year was the first year for the Protector of the Year award. Oh, yeah. I want to be that. I want to be the best teammate. I want to be the best player. And I want to protect Josh Allen the best. And that is exactly what I do. We have a gauntlet of defensive ends. And if I'm going to show it, time is now.
I can't help but say, man, it's a heck of an upgrade here in the new locker.
Look at
how you feeling, man?
Man, this thing is nice. Yeah. I ain't even leaving yet. I'm gonna go over there and chill.
Right.
Oh, for real. That helps the psyche and everything.
For sure.
Come to something like this and you get your team ready. So thank you so much and good luck this coming season.
God bless, man.
Appreciate y'all. See you guys soon.
Appreciate y'all.
There you have it from Deion Dawkins, Noisy Locker Room. People were loving the new digs, J-GILLZ, weren't they?
Oh man, you gotta check out the Instagram and the YouTube to see exclusively that beautiful locker room, state-of-the-art facility. I mean, I'm telling you right now, it's just ice cold in there. I mean, the snow frost, the all white with the gray, and they got the name. It's very modern. So definitely check out this to get a glimpse of what that locker room looks like. It's beautiful.
Yeah, even leather chairs that they can sit in, nice cushiony, thick leather chairs that they can sit down and get dressed and change in the whole 9 yards. It definitely looks like, like a Kansas City or San Francisco got a hell of a locker room. Man, that was unbelievable what it looked like thick plus carpeting. I mean, but this one is nice as well. And J-GILLZ, let's go to your guy, Frank Gore Jr. Let's hear what he has to say about the upcoming season.
I'm here with Buffalo Bills running back Frank Gore Jr. Frank, man, obviously phenomenal game, you know what I'm saying? Offensively, you guys see him starting to click. We saw you with a lot more reps and getting some scoring touchdowns. How did this game feel for you?
Felt good. Felt comfortable out there. Wasn't the happiest with my last game, so I just wanted to come out here and just bounce back and do what I was supposed to do.
Now, you've been on the team now for this is your third season?
Going on my third.
Going into your third season. Is there like a comfort level with the offense, working with Joe Brady for so much, or is it starting to click for you, or how do you think the success is coming?
I feel like Joe them expect me to know. I've been for 3 years, so it's like, he don't know. Like, they expect me to know. They expect me to be on the little details. So it's just expectation. And it's both ways.
Absolutely. And obviously, man, I mean, beautiful upgrade. You know what I'm saying? How you liking the new stadium, the new locker room?
It's
you feel
nice.
me?
It's nice.
Word. And what's the expectations going into this season? Big game, just 2 weeks away. Obviously, a home opener.
Just keep getting better. We got 2 weeks, so where we are today, we shouldn't be in 2 weeks. We should be far ahead. So just keep getting better. Keep coming to work. Hard hat on.
Absolutely, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Peace.
There you have it, Frank Gore Jr., man. We're all rooting for him, man. That man, he plays hard. He works hard each and every day. We've seen him at practice during training camp and even during regular season practice. This guy works. He's out there.
Saw him as an undrafted rookie.
Just
making a team in the practice squad. Definitely making an impact.
Definitely. His runs were really good. One other thing, I really liked how Frank Gore played, but I also like Skylar Bell. Skylar Bell, man, they can use him in so many different. That jet sweep they used where they did the fake to the running back and then gave the running back going up the middle, and they gave it to on the end around type thing, which they call a jet sweep. And Skylar Bell got around the corner, and man, he put on the afterburners and went 28 yards for a touchdown. J-GILLZ, I was surprised about his speed, and he plays so much bigger. He's a short man. I was standing there talking to him when we interviewed him. Man, he's a little sawed off cat, man. He's not that big, man, but he plays bigger than he is.
Probably about 5'10", 5'10 and a half, something like that. But he did have that bad drop. That bad drop hit him right in the hands. On an extension. But I think that this is the season where he's definitely going to prove versatile. He's going to need they're going to need that extra that extra versatility coming from that receiver position. So I'm very happy to see him get the opportunity. You know, the Bills right now, their receiving core is the most loaded it's been, you know, in a long time. DJ Moore, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and now you have Skylar Bell as well as your gadget guy who can definitely make an impact. So, you know, he's got a lot of guys to learn from. So it should be pretty exciting offensively in that
And
receiver.
now,
And with
and we
and with
got to add
Skylar
Josh.
Bell, you're gonna see that with him, I think he reminded me of Khalil Shakir just essence of him there, the intermediate passing lanes, and same thing, a later round pick, someone who took some time to go ahead, move his way, learn the system, develop, and grow into a great starting receiver like Khalil Shakir. I think we have that same thing in Skylar Bell. We don't have to rush him when it comes to his development. He's going to have his time to be able to grow and mature as a wide receiver in this league.
Absolutely. I think McCole Hardman is the odd man out. I think he'll be cut, one of the name players that'll be cut because Joshua, you got to keep Joshua Palmer's definitely made the team. He's definitely a slot receiver. You got a lot of slot receivers. Joshua Palmer, Khalil Shakir, Skylar Bell, Trent Sherfield, Sr. He's an excellent special teamer. I know he's been making tackles almost every punt. He's right around the football. So I think, and the special teams coach is the one that they were saying brought him on as a wide receiver. So he's under the wide receiver category, but he's going to be playing special teams specifically on kickoffs and punts. Trent Sherfield. So they'll round out the wide receivers internet passport.
And when it comes to the projection, because they have the final cuts that have to be done on Sunday evening by about 6 p.m., cut down from the 90-man all the way down to the 53. Right now, just going through, let's start with the offense with the obvious ones. Quarterback, they're going to keep to Josh Allen, and then the backup, Kyle Allen. Shane Buechele, he looked good out there in the fourth preseason game, but I think he's going to be on the practice squad. Moving over there to running back, some obvious locks, James Cook and Ray Davis as well. No, Ray Davis muffed that punt, but he's still going to be on the roster. And then you had between Wheeler and Frank Gore Jr., but like Radman and J-GILLZ both said, we saw the blitz pick up those small things that the casual fan may not see. I think that's going to give Frank Gore Jr. the edge to finally make that 53-man roster instead of going on the practice squad. Even though in my heart, I still like to see Ian Wheeler be on the practice squad, but I wouldn't be surprised if another team did pick him up. And one interesting tidbit, I think the Bills are going to keep Ben Van Suren, keep him on the roster as a fullback. I think Joe Brady would like to have that flexibility of having a fullback, plus he'll be able to play some on special teams. Just be able to move on to wide receiver as well.
Now, before you move on, internet passport, I think Ty Johnson will be put on the PUP list, physically unable to perform and miss the first 6 games, and that'll be able for them to keep Ian Wheeler on the active roster because his shoulder is still you can see he's still hurt. There's something not right with Ty Johnson. He had shoulder surgery back in the day a couple of times, and he's trying to fight through this one. But I think I think that's a way they'll be able to keep Ty Johnson and also keep Ian Wheeler. Put Ty Johnson on the physically unable to perform, which is also known as the PUP list. Keep an eye out on that transaction happening as well. Internet passport.
I agree, Brad, man. And then wide receivers, I will say it is loaded, just like J-GILLZ stated. I think it's pretty set in stone. Unfortunately, no McCole Hardman. He has some drops throughout the preseason as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if he went to Kansas City, then they cut him, and then he comes back to Buffalo. Who knows? But DJ Moore, Khalil Shakir, Josh Palmer's definitely making the roster. Keon Coleman, Skylar Bell, and then just the elder statesman who keeps making plays, staying on the roster, Trent Sherfield. He's been good to watch playing on offense and also on special teams. I think those are going to be some pretty obvious locks. The tight ends, they're going to keep the big 3. Dalton Kincaid, Radman's favorite Bills player, Dawson Knox, the car salesman.
Oh, he's on TV every day. He's selling plumbing tools now. He's selling. He a damn plumber now too, man. He know his way around the warehouse at the plumbing at the warehouse of this plumbing company over there in the below.
Hey, he's a hardworking guy. They love the blue collar guy. I think he's going to be able to make some plays as well. And then we're going to have the blocker there, where it's going to end up being Jackson Halls. I'm excited to see him maul some D linemen and linebackers as well, as long as he doesn't get any holding calls. And then moving to the offensive line, we heard Deion Dawkins, he's a lock. Alec Anderson was announced as that left guard. Connor McGovern, Osiris Torrance, Spencer Brown. Now the backups, this is where something's going to get interesting, Radman and J-GILLZ, and I want to hear your opinion. Typically, we see Bean maybe make a trade, maybe for like a 5th through 7th round pick for one of our reserve offensive linemen, usually a veteran that has some starting ability, that he goes ahead, flips him off the roster for a pick. Now, out of all these guys who I'm leaning towards who it could be, I think that it could actually be a surprise, Cedric Van Pran Granger. I think he possibly could be traded away because they may value that to have that depth from an Austin Corbett, a Lloyd Cushenberry, and Tylen Grable being that swing tackle. I think it's possible, but right now I would say that I do have Cedric Van Pran Granger making the roster. Drew Bowery was seen there in a walking boot, so I think he may end up going on IR to start the season. I think that's a possibility for that to happen there as well.
And he got his butt whooped. He got his butt whooped in the game. Lowry Bowery. I was wondering who 74 was. Who's just getting pushed back? And it was Jude. I don't know if he was up playing hurt or what, but man, that dude from the Steelers was bringing it, man. he was backing up most of the time. He was on that offensive line in that game, and I saw him in the locker room. And he was a little. You could see he was shook up there in the Bills locker room. Bowery. But yes, the word is Cedric Van Pran Granger is the most probably a tradable guy. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Eagles pick him up since they're picking up all these Georgia guys. He never really got a fair chance to be the starting center for the Buffalo Bills. They bring Connor McGovern back for $10 million, and you got a guy that won 2 national championships for the starting center as the University of Georgia, and you can't get him in the lineup. Something telling me, what's wrong here? What's wrong with it? You drafted him. I asked Bean that at training camp, and Bean was saying, he was hurt. He had a hamstring, a calf injury last year. Kept him off the field. But come on, man. The guy's been on the field, been with you 3 years, and he hasn't been on the field yet. I agree with you. I think he's definitely I would not be surprised to see him traded coming up, especially when you brought Austin Corbett from Carolina, and you got Lloyd Cushenberry III, who was the starting center for the LSU national. That's interesting. We got 2 centers on the team that was started for national championship teams. Lloyd Cushenberry started for the LSU Tigers in 2019, and Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator of that team. So I see the connection there. Van Pran Granger at Georgia started for the national championship twice for them. Won one, lost one. So I see Van Pran Granger with the numbers game and the guys they like. They're bringing their guys in. So look for him to be on the trade block by Sunday afternoon.
There we go. And
we did talk to Osiris who gave us a little bit of insider information. You know what? Never mind. Internet Passport can't stand. He can't stand when we have off the record information. So you know what? I'm gonna hold on to that one.
Go ahead. Tell him what Osiris. You want to tell him what Osiris had said in the locker room to us?
Well, no, just regarding Cedric Van Granger, I think that he's been battling with some health problems on the field, so that we haven't seen him, and just prayers up to him, but he can't seem to stay healthy is what we're hearing.
Yeah. That's basically what we've been hearing. So yeah, I think you're right on that one, and I think they make Tylen Grable. They like him. Travis Clayton. They've been moving him around. But Tylen Grable, I think they'll keep him for sure, and they may keep Chase Lunt also as a backup as well, or cut these guys and then bring them back onto the practice squad. Those guys are practice squad opportunity materials. Internet Passport,
and we'll also want to check on the defensive side of the ball. But when we do, I think we have to also welcome Brother Bilal with Bro Talk, man, with the perfect time, because he knows that we're hungry over here. And there's only one place that we go to with the award-winning experience. Talia of India. Bilal, tell us about Talia of India.
Talia of India is, I mean, they are everything they're advertised to be. We had I actually went there this past Sunday to eat. Had the butter chicken, the wings, man, had a great dining experience, man. So if you are, I mean, not just the food, but the whole, I mean, the service, everything. If you are looking for an award-winning, authentic Indian food experience, go to Thali of India at 3259 in the Winjeff Plaza. The lunch buffet is served every day, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Dinner 4:40 p.m. to 8:30. Again, voted the #1 buffet in Monroe County. You won't be disappointed. So if you want some authentic Indian food, check out Thali of India. Again, I'm going back to try some more of the menu items. So yeah, if you're looking for some good food, that's where you want to go.
Absolutely. We'll hit it during the week, during the buffet, man. You got to check that buffet out, man. Unbelievable on that buffet, man. Especially, man, Kurt the goat on the bone. Not off the bone, on the bone goat, man. Woo! Man, what else? Yes, indeed. Let's get back to that defense and that passport. I'm starting to get hungry, man.
Oh, yeah. So we'll start over there with the defensive line for Buffalo. I think for the most part, it's pretty simple. We're going to have Ed Oliver, Deion Walker, TJ Sanders, a more beefed up Landon Jackson, and then the most recent signing, Greg Gaines, and then finally Zane Durant. I think it's just important to make sure that people understand is that Fidarian Mathis, he'll be serving a 3-game suspension at the start of the regular season. So he won't count towards the roster, but I think one of the roster bubble gentlemen, maybe Zane Durant, will end up being released when he comes back. So keep that in mind when it comes to that spot. Moving over there to, I would say, the rush linebacker roles, I think it's pretty set there as well. You're going to have Greg Russo, Bradley Chubb, Michael Hoyt, who was coming back from that Achilles injury. They must be, whatever he has, I want to have some of. To be able to come back and moving the way he did from that type of injury, I'm definitely impressed. We're going to have the rookie TJ Parker, Javon Solomon, who's going to contribute also on special teams as well. And then making it in the nick of time is going to be Mike Dana. I think he's going to end up making the roster because he has that interesting ability where he can also play that rush linebacker role, but he can also flip inside. So I think that versatility is going to be the reason why he ends up making that spot. Your feedback, gentlemen?
Yeah, Mike Dana has 2 Super Bowl rings with the Kansas City Chiefs, and he has a knack of making a play. He made a play he almost had a safety. He had a sack in the game Thursday night. He's a guy that has a knack of being in the right place at the right time and making a big play. He's made several big plays for the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the years. They just couldn't afford to pay him any longer, as they had to cut a lot of guys, and he was one of the guys they had to cut. It wasn't due to his playing ability, but Mike Dana, you're absolutely right. He's going to be a difference maker with the Bills. The Greg Gaines, I'm a little concerned about because he got his ass handed to him by the Steelers, man. Steelers was putting it on Greg. Woo! That dude, man. I know he had to get in the whirlpool, man, because he got taken. He got worked by the offense of the Steelers. Ain't no joke. That's a good team to go up against in preseason. Just see where you really are. It's just how good a player you are. And some guys found out, hey, man, they need to get back and work on their technique a little more, man. Because that cat, I don't know. He may be there for the minute because of the Fidarius Mathis suspension. But I like everybody else you had on that list and in that passport. It was a good picks.
We understand, Rad, man. We know what happened. You know what? Let me call the other Mike to show what happened to Greg Gaines.
Together, little. Didn't we tell y'all not to mess with us? Didn't we tell y'all not to mess with us? Yeah, we.
Okay, all right. Now moving on to the inside linebacker role. I think this is pretty interesting when it comes to some of the starters. Terrell Bernard, Caleb Elams, or Dorian Williams. But then this last spot, I think it's a toss-up between the local favorite Joe Andreessen. I think it's between him and the linebacker Jenkins there as well. I think it's going to be interesting to see who they have, because you have maybe the young buck who's coming in through the system, but you also have Jenkins there who's been performing well. So it's going to be depends on what they see. I know they would like to keep both of them, or maybe keep one on the practice squad as well. When it comes to that final spot, what are your thoughts on that team?
I think you got some good choices there on that defensive spot. You got some guys that can really play on there. That's pretty good. That looks pretty. You talk about Kenyatta Jenkins, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like Kenyatta Jenkins, Terrell Bernard. You're gonna see how long. Dorian Williams had a nice conversation with him. He's ready. He said he's finally healthy. He's ready to go. I think Dorian Williams would definitely be an asset out there, and we get to see what the rookie gonna do, Khalil Orr as well. They'll make that unit a strong unit, but it's still in question. It's still in influx. So that may be an area that they may bring somebody in from another team after all of these cuts take place by 6 p.m. on Sunday evening.
Agreed. And being able to move on finally to the defensive backs. We're going to end up having Christian Benford locking down one corner spot. And then even though he gave up a tackle during the preseason game, Maxwell Hairston, he's going to be that other starting corner as well. But I still see the arrow trending up for him. You're going to have the veteran who was signed, D. Alford, coming to the squad. Davison Winosa, IGB. I'm just going to call him IGB. We're going to have Cole Bishop, the super impactful guy. He should maybe stay off his phone. CJ Gardner-Johnson. He's going to come in. Jordan Hancock, Radman's favorite guy. You're going to see him play everywhere on the field. I think you would just label him defensive back. Jalen Kilgore with that athletic ability. He pops on the screen there as well. I think we're going to see what he really can do by year 3. And then here, this is where things get a little interesting. I think he is the diamond in the rough, Kenai Walker. This guy, you see him there. He may not have that super elite speed, but he's fast enough. He makes just the right amount of positive plays, but he has something that you can't teach. Man, he's tall and he's long. He has those arms where they can reach down to his knees, man. He's standing up and he's touching his knees. I said, if the Bills let this guy go, it's going to be a travesty. Another team will pick him up like that. And then finally, that last spot, I was thinking it could go either to the special teams ace, Sam Franklin Jr., or to the Radman's favorite defensive player, Damar Hamlin. I think it's going to be tough, but I think just with the injury history that we know of Cole Bishop and with CJ Gardner-Johnson having that lower body calf injury, I think instead of Franklin, I think they're going to go with Damar Hamlin just to have that veteran presence there. And he had a solid preseason as well. Your thoughts, Radman, J-GILLZ, Bilal?
Damar Hamlin had his best preseason. I mean, he looked really good in this system. The system sometimes makes the player, and I think that's what happened this year with Damar Hamlin, and also just in the outside linebacker, Javon Solomon. He looks great in this system as well. These guys, sometimes the system makes a player, and those two guys are the two guys that I've seen them that really look improved their skill, especially Damar Hamlin. Man, he's in the right place. Had a nice interception against the Steelers as well. He knows how to lay back. I thought Poyer High was back there, man. That was a nice play, and he's wrapping up. He's wrapping up, making some tackles. Yeah, really, he's wrapping up, man. He's wrapping guys up and bringing them to the ground. So they don't talk to him about somebody been working on him. Leonhardt been working on him with his tackling ability as well. Those are good choices as well. Hancock, and I think you're going to see Jalen Kilgore throughout the season ascend to being a guy that's in there a lot. If somebody gets hurt, Jalen Kilgore, I think you'll see him and Hancock be the two guys that get in the game first.
Okay, J-GILLZ?
Yeah, I think that Damar is definitely stepping into that role where he's definitely going to make the roster. He's one of the most tenured players on the defensive side of the ball. He already talked about his leadership. You know, we talked about it before. It's not just to play on the field, which this preseason he has been playing really good. He had the interception the last 2 games, but this is this leadership in the locker room that we continue to see after that post preseason game. You know, we saw the guys gravitating to him in the locker room, things of that nature. So I think that he's definitely a lock to make it this season, to make that 53. But the big point is too, before we move on, man, just the way the NFL did it. I remember when we used to cut it slowly. Now just for 40 men, you know what I mean, or 32 teams, it's just going to be, you know, a lot of players to choose from. So I'm curious to see, you know, some of these other rosters, you know, loaded talents and veterans that's going to get cut and where they're going to go. It's always interesting the way that they do it now with the NFL cutting them right from 90 to 53.
It is intense there, but the one aspect they do at least, you know, it's not official until Sunday at 6 p.m. But for some of those guys that are just, they know that it's not really that close. Those are the guys they let them know ahead of time so they can start getting some things prepped. Those other decisions where it's between maybe 1 to 2 guys that's coming down to the wires. So unfortunately, those can end up being some of the gentlemen that's last to know. But a roster, Brother Bilal, Pro Talk.
Yeah, not much to add. I'm with Radman here. Damar Hamlin had his best preseason since being a pro, and I did think it had a lot to do with the change to the odd front 34 defense. He just, you know, again, it just allows you to be in a position to kind of make the plays that we saw him make, and of course, you know, kind of being, you know, a seasoned veteran now, you start to develop and really see kind of the learning that's taken place over the last couple of years. But he's put it together this year, and I think a lot of people, you know, they think because you're a professional, you automatically put that major injury behind you. But when you have the kind of you know, cataclysmic injury that he suffered as a rookie, you know, it takes a couple of years to kind of not just physically get past it, but mentally as well. And I think we're seeing what Damar Hamlin has the potential of being. I think that's starting to emerge now, and I really thought he played outstanding this preseason, back-to-back weeks with interceptions. So he really stood out to me. Caleb Elam-Orr, I really liked how he played this preseason. Just, you know, they had. I'm really impressed with the 3-4 defense. I didn't know how you know, they respond to it because they were a 4-man front the previous season under McDermott. So when you have personnel that don't necessarily fit, or you bring in personnel to fit the scheme you run, I didn't know how they'd respond, but the defense played really well this preseason.
Yes. And I also want to be able to just remind folks to, you know, hit that like button, subscribe to Real Deal Sports Show on YouTube and Facebook, and share the stream to maybe 1, 2, or 3 people. It's a small thing and means the world to us. And you could join and interact. I want to thank the Big O. Going back to the prices at the Bills Stadium, 10 wings for $40 is criminal. I feel you, Big O. Morris Thompson over there on the Beltway. I'm going to have to sneak a couple of McDonald's hamburgers in there. Okay, hey, bring me some too and a Big Mac.
That's
extra
right.
Sauce, please. I got the money for it.
Wear baggy pants like we used to in the old days, Morris. How we used to go in the movie theaters, man, with the candy and stuff. We bypassed the candy at the counter. We brought our own M&Ms and all kinds of stuff because we had the baggy pants back in the day. You're gonna need them for that McDonald's grub as well. And just to answer Morris Thompson's question about how can you cut everybody when you cut everybody, and then how can you have time to look at it? What happens is teams come to your, like, for example, at the Bills game, I saw the Jets. The Jets had their scouts there. There was about 3 or 4 other NFL teams that were looking at guys on the Bills game that's seeing, hey, man, if the Bills cut this guy, let's see if we're going to pick him up, especially if the Bills know they may need a veteran cornerback. So they might be looking at teams. They may have their scouts at some of the other preseason games to see which teams have some veteran guys that they might be comfortable with and bringing in. That's how it works. Your scouting department is at these other games looking at players. Hell, I saw people from the Canadian Football League, CFL, the Ottawa Rough Riders guys. They were there looking at players. I said, wow, man, it's a lot of people here. The scouting area was packed Thursday night, guys. So the Bills got some talent, and they know it, and other teams are looking for it. And Kevin Cheeks, the Bills defense is going to be much better, much better. I think they're going to stop the run. They're really looking to stop the run this year. And so far, yeah, it's preseason, but it's rare that the Bills shut somebody out or slow teams down. They played very well with their backups there. So they got some guys that can fill in. And I think you're going to see a much better concerted effort in stopping the run this coming NFL season.
I have to agree with you there, Radman. And I just want to be able to fin. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to throw this in there too. I loved them going for 2 at the end of the game. This is I loved it. I'm so glad this point came back to me because the Bills under McDermott would not have done it. So I think Joe Brady has really been intentional about putting his stamp on this team. From people, kind of talking about, it was a much different kind of atmosphere at training camp. He's really been intentional about putting his stamp on his team, and I think it culminated with that 2-point conversion. In the past, it's preseason. Is that a game that they even go out and try to come back and win in the fourth quarter? This Bills team went out and they seized the fourth. They were down, I think, double digits early in the fourth quarter, down double digits. But they came out, and again, I think that's a reflection of Joe Brady really putting his imprint on this team and this offense, and saying, we're going out here and we're not gonna play passive. We're gonna be aggressive, and they went for the win. And I loved it, putting his guys in position to win, and really leave on that, and then close out the preseason on that high note. Speaking of those prices, I got a neighbor said he went in. They've got the scanners now that charge you before. Man, $76 he walked out with. He said he didn't realize how much it cost until after he checked his receipt. Yeah, $76 later, he said, I think people are gonna they're gonna overspend, not realizing how much those prices are.
And then count in the $40 to $60 you're paying for parking. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I thought I was at Jerry's World. Well, Jerry did help build this stadium, so it felt like Jerry's World, man. I saw the $40 sign. I said, "You got to be kidding me, man! You want to park here for $40?" Oh,
it used to be $20, $15,
yeah,
remember
that? $15, $20, exactly.
Yeah, doubled up.
Keep those prices in mind, gentlemen. But let's just finish off this roster for the Bills. Our specialists, I think it's going to be simple. Reed Ferguson, the long snapper. Kicker Tyler Bass, see how he recovers from those surgeries. And then the punter is going to be that rookie, Tommy Doman Jr. I think he's going to beat out Mitch Wazowski for that punter spot there as well. But, guys, things are expensive. Things cost a lot of money. But one thing that came across our desk that really blew our minds, or maybe just me, you had a multi-millionaire, a billionaire owner of an NFL franchise of the 49ers, Jed York, arrested in Ohio. It was like, what happened? What could he get arrested for? They said he was over there arrested for soliciting prostitution at a trailer park mobile home.
Wow. A trailer park mobile home in well, they don't have trailer park mobile homes in San
Ohio,
Francisco, man. Come on, man. They don't have none of those in San Fran. Not all that rich and glitz.
Ohio.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we learned, we had last week, shout out, we had one of our local experts there covering Western New York, the mighty Oba. He broke down to us about the 1 minute hotel outside of the Bill Stadium. And one thing that we were able to do was able to learn something simple there after some investigations, is that a lot of people know the price of everything but the value of nothing. And the one thing that was shocking was that Jeb York was up there for possible adult activities for $160. And the thing that blew my mind was the most was at $160, because at the 1 minute hotel it's $40. is $40. This man is overpaying for this. He's overpaying, but luckily we were able to get some intel from a local. He didn't want to be named, but he didn't mind showing his face, telling us about the price that York should have paid. Here he is here.
I got $40. $40 today. And if you nasty, I throw in 60. If you nasty.
He didn't mind showing his face, huh, man?
Overpaid. Just a shame. People, you worrying about $40 hot dogs, this and that. This man overpaying for some adult activities, for some cat, for some BOX, and getting called up. And if you've seen the video of him being arrested, you would have thought, wait a second, wasn't that the same guy who was cutting my grass last week? In a rented vehicle, a owner of a franchise. He could buy a lot of things, and the location too, not a high end, and not at the Marriott, not at the Ritz-Carlton, and in a trailer park in Ohio.
I mean, it's supposed to be Silicon Valley, man. But what are your 49ers doing?
Hey, listen, he got caught up. You know what I mean? Him and Mr. Kraft must be him and Mr. Kraft. I guess they into the same kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, Eddie DeBartolo Jr., that was the guy I like, man. Wore the full leather coats and the leather gloves, man. And he didn't hide that he was, allegedly mob related, man. The NFL had to get rid of him. His sister had to take over the team because I guess he caught laundering the money with the mob and everything, man. I love he was a good dude. He paid his guys, man. He paid his players. San Francisco always have a sketchy owner, man. There's something about that franchise out there in San Francisco.
He's a fan.
Yeah, there's something about them going their merry way. Well, good luck with him out there in the no-tell motel area there, those trailer parks where they Frisco Met and all that run wild rapidly in those trailer park areas. So good luck out there.
And while his reputation is definitely taking a hit, I do want to thank the comment there from the Big O, also asking him one big question. Where are his friends? I agree, Big O. Where was this man's friends just to say, hey, you could just go somewhere a little more high end, maybe have a little more discretion. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Could have stopped that Vegas. But he ain't have to, San Francisco could have stopped that Vegas.
People into those kind of activities, sometimes they're dealing with a lot of internal shame, and so as much as other people and clearly, the Robert Krafts of the world, they're into what they're into, but when you don't feel as comfortable, clearly, which to me, the fact that he was at a trailer park in Ohio tells me he's not comfortable with whatever his lifestyle choices are and things that he's into are, and so that's how he ends up not opening up to his friends or sharing with his friends who could have I'm sure put him on to some other options.
But what about the no-tell motel, man? That's what he was down with. No-tell motel. That was the bottom line, guys. Let's go over to Cleveland, Ohio, real quick. Let's see about a guy that did the high-end thing that you guys are suggesting. Deshaun Watson. You saw what happened to him. He went high end. And what happened to him?
What the hell?
50 women, a large number of women, they dropped a dime on him, man, or a quarter, whatever the phone booths used to cost. Used to be a dime back in my day to use the pay phone. But man, they went and all of them went and told on my man. Man, and now he had a terrible preseason, and he's named the starting quarterback. That's all about the money, y'all. They owe him 60 more million, 80 million next year, 230 million guaranteed. It's about the money, man. Shedeur Sanders will get an opportunity, but Deshaun Watson has to start because that's just too much. You can't cut him, man, and have that kind of money on your roster for this year and next year. So they still got 2 more years to deal with Deshaun Watson. And hopefully Shedeur Sanders will get in there sometime this season, guys. This showing you how Deshaun Watson is a quiet guy, man, off the field, man. Nice guy, though. Nice to meet him many times. But he shouldn't have.
Rad man.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Man.
Oh no. You know what? I know exactly what I'm thinking.
I don't give a what you think. Your thoughts ain't my thoughts.
No, Rad man, your thoughts ain't my thoughts. Just because this man got one of the best contracts with all that guaranteed money doesn't mean he shouldn't be starting. I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night. And I trust what my 4 eyes were able to show me that he's definitely not a starter. Man, I would rather have seen Dylan Gabriel up there, but we all know it should be Shedeur. And no shade to Ohio. We love Ohio. But, man, the nasty man, Deshaun Watson, even though he settled out of court, no criminal charges.
None.
He should not be the starter. And it just tells me right now, Cleveland, the ownership there, the GM, y'all already playing for next year. I mean, the best news I see out of Cleveland is just that, hey, I hope that Deshaun either proves us all wrong, or somehow he bad super early, so Shedeur Sanders is able to come on up, and maybe they could go ahead and honor Nick Chubb. Okay, that's the last good player I remember the Browns having. So,
can we bring it? Go ahead, Below.
I would say I never want to see a player perform bad. You know what I mean? But I do feel like Shedeur played well enough that he should have been named the starter. I watched Chase Daniels, quite a bit of Chase Daniels breakdown of Shedeur's performance throughout the preseason, and when I saw even him touch on the last interception that Shedeur had, I watched the similar play that Mendoza made in his last preseason game, and it was a bad throw. They said, "Oh, it was a great throw. The receivers got to catch that." The coach said in the post game, "Receivers got to catch that. It was a high ball. Receivers got to catch that." Well, when Shedeur had his interception, and it was a slightly behind the receiver, it's attributed to Shedeur. It's not, the receivers got to catch that. He got both hands on it. Receivers got to catch that. So it's interesting when we make for who they want to make concessions for. I don't see a pick in the draft that right now who they're projecting at quarterback that's head and shoulders better than the Shedeur. But we know what it's about.
We understand there. We understand, Bilal. A quick final point, because we hear the music. We got to wrap it on up. The NFL is getting rid of the Pro Bowl. Gentlemen, your thoughts on the Pro Bowl being gone?
Good riddance.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, goodbye.
If you're not gonna play like Sean Taylor was playing, you know what I mean, and those guys back in the day, the good riddance.
Yeah.
But can we bring it locally real quick? Just a quick update with this boxing extravaganza. It looks like community activist Clay Harris and promoter Derek Grambling will be facing grand larceny charges and other charges. So that ultimately, man, that was just a roller coaster ride of a boxing extravaganza here in Rochester.
Derek Grambling, a friend of the show as well. He's been on the show many times. We wish them the best, because obviously somebody don't like them up here in the Rock, man. Come on, man. Y'all chasing the man down in Kingston, New York, man, to bring him back, man.
We gotta leave it there, fellas. That was funny. I'm sorry. I had to laugh. But we got to leave it there. Real Deal Sports Show. Thank y'all once again. Every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. on the beat 105.5. Y'all know what it is, man. They telling you what they know, not what they heard. Appreciate you, fellas, man. Y'all have a great weekend.
You too, BacSpin. We get you for the Hall of Fame now. Hey, you qualify now, BacSpin.
Hey, if that's what the people want, man, I will accept. But, I never call myself the GOAT. I leave that up to the people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just humble with that. Appreciate you, Rad Man. Y'all keep it right where you need it. The Bag of Time Mix Show is on the way right here on the beat.